Traditionally, hot cross buns are associated with Easter. It's a festival celebrating the resurrection of Jesus and eaten on Good Friday or the Friday before Easter. Now, I remember eating traditional hot cross buns on Easter from a local bakery. But in my culture, we used to have unleavened bread called Pesaha Appam on Thursday, which is called Maundy Thursday. Now, let's jump into the best hot cross bun recipe. Note that this video is a demonstration on how to make giant hot cross bun, no egg, no milk, no fruit. With the same recipe, one can also make rolls and bake it as individual buns as well. Step 1 is how to activate the yeast for bread. We take 4 tablespoons sugar, 1 packet of dry yeast, and 1/3 cup of lukewarm water. I use dry yeast for this easy hot cross bun recipe, and the optimal temperature of this water is between 100 Fahrenheit or 120 Fahrenheit. Now with dry yeast, if your water is too cold, the yeast will not get activated. And if your water gets to be too hot, yeast gets destroyed. So if you're not sure if your water is the right temperature, then dip your pinky finger or your baby finger in water and see if it's comfortable to hold. If yes, then it's warm and comfortable for your yeast as well. Note that the temperature will come down by this mixing action, so be quick and cover it with a cling wrap or cover with cloth and rest it for 30 minutes for fermentation. Now that it's fermented, let's get started on how to make hot cross buns. We take 2.5 cup flour, and I start off by adding only half of it. Now these hot cross buns are mildly spiced with cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg and ginger. Then we add in half teaspoon salt. Next, we add in 1/4 cup of oil. I have used olive oil. Feel free to use actually any neutral tasting oil in this hot cross bun recipe. Mix all these ingredients with a spoon or spatula and then add the rest of the flour. To make it a dough, add in any plant-based milk. Or add the milk in parts. This is to ensure that you add only necessary liquid. Once it's shaping together, I mix the dough with my hands. Let's now get started on how to knead dough for this homemade hot cross buns. Sprinkle some flour on the working surface and gently press the dough away from you with the heel of the hand and keep folding the dough inwards. Turn, stretch, fold. That's the pattern. And repeat this action multiple times. We knead the dough for about 10 minutes. Once it's shaped, gently press the finger on the surface of the dough. If it springs back slowly but leaves a mark behind, then it's ready. Another way to check if it's ready is the windowpane test. Gently lift up a small piece from the work surface and stretch it between 2 fingers. If you can stretch it thin enough without ripping it and see the light through, then the dough is ready. Roll it back to shape and place it inside the same bowl. Apply oil on the sides of the bowl so that you can remove it easily after the proofing. Look at how well the dough is doubling in size. Post-proofing, place it back on the work surface, and at this point you can shape them into any shape. And today, I'm choosing to make it as one giant hot cross bun. But if you want to do it as individual buns, you can choose to do so. Once it's spread into the required size, I place it in the cake pan. This goes for another round of proofing for about 30 minutes. Now let's make the dough paste or the dough for the cross. I take 1/4 cup flour, 3 tablespoons of water. Mix them well thoroughly. If you feel that it's not coming through well, add in enough water. But we need to get this consistency. I use a food storage cover to pipe the cross in the bun. Fill the cover with the dough paste and cut one end to release the paste. After the final proofing, draw a cross across the bun. Now you can choose to draw from one end to another end as well. Stay till the end, as I will also show how I did it on individual buns where the lines are drawn from one end to the other end. Bake the hot cross buns at 400 Fahrenheit for about 18 or 20 minutes. Once it's baked, use any fat or butter to spread it on the top. This softens the top part of the bun. So here is the same recipe used to make individual hot cross buns. You can see that here the lines are not raised, and that's because the dough paste was runny. But it still creates the look of a good hot cross bun. Look at how soft they are. I hope you enjoyed this hot cross bun tutorial, and if yes, give it a like and tell me what are you planning to do this weekend in the comment box. And I shall see you on the next video. Take care.